How are we doing? Let's give it a wee second for a few more to jump on, and then we will get started with our cardio and core. So as always, you'll need your mat, yourself, windows open, and some water. Bum, 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 bum. Good stuff. So how are we all doing? We're going to just do a really quick, smashy, flashy, quick session of cardio and core today. As usual, we'll run through it a few times. You can add more to it if you wish. It'll take about half an hour for this session. But if you wish to do it, if you're playing this back and you wish to do a longer session, just pause, go back and do the last bit again. So we're going into, starting off with our lateral skip, going into the floor for a plank tap, coming up on for a sprint, side crunches, total body extension, some leg lowers and leg raises, and finishing off with a lovely burpee and a bird dog at the end. So we'll get warmed up when you're ready. Make sure you have windows open. Make sure you're ready to sweat because it's going to be a hot and clammy one today. So bring it onto your toes, onto the spot, and let's jog it out. Get the heart rate up. Speed it up a wee bit. Jumping jacks. Forward and back. Soft on the knees, guys, don't lock the knees. Back to jacks. So we're just getting the heart rate up and getting the muscles in the body warmed up so we can exercise safely. Bring it back into a jog. Nice and light on the toes. And arms forward. Deep breaths. Nice big circles here. Stretch out all the muscles in the back. Back the way. Click, click, click. So if you're like me and you carry stress in your shoulders, this is a great thing to do even during the day. Just stretch out those muscles. Arms out to the side, forward. Keep the shoulders low. Bring it into my diagonal. We'll do 3 each side. Switch it over. Good stuff. So go now to the floor. Rotate the hips. Keep the heels on the floor. Change direction. Down into squat position, chest tall. Push the bum up into the air, stretch it out. Allow that stretch in, whole way to the back of the leg. Bring it back down again. Push it back up. Last time, when you're in position here, carefully use the elbows if you can to rotate the hips. Keep the chest tall. Into plank position. You're back here. Oh, not onto that. Bring the foot up to the hand and stretch. So we're going to do 3 each side. Try not to trip on the mat with me. Okay, good deep stretch into those hips. Bring it down. onto your side. You know the routine by now. Onto your side, hands back, rotate and stretch out. Six each side. Switching over. Again, hands are in front of the face. Try and keep the knee on the floor if you can. If it lifts, it's okay. Stretch the shoulder back. And bring it onto your back. Both feet on the floor. And push the pelvis up. Do 12 of those or 6 each side. Squeeze the glutes. Push the pelvis up towards the ceiling. And bring it back up onto the floor. Grab a drink and we will get started with our workout. Now, so all you need is your mat and yourself and a smile. So we're going to start off with a lateral skip. I'll do the other one actually. Yeah, I'm going to change and do the other one just because I want to. Alright, so we're going to start with a total body extension instead. So we're going from a total body extension where you start your hands in the air, reach back and jump each time. I move back so you can see that properly. We're going down onto the floor then for a reverse crunch. I'll show the different variations of that you can do depending on your ability. We're going to do a jack into a plank, lateral skip down into a dead bug and finish off with skipping and a nice crunch at the end just to keep the sweat on. So total body extension when you're ready, soft knees, squared hips, shoulders back, arms are up, and let's get ready to jump. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're swinging the arms back and up, landing softly on the knees and on the ankles so that we're not locking things out. Deep breath. So that's difficult. Reach up and down, and up and down, and then eventually go up onto your tiptoes, and then once you're into that, you'll find it quite naturally. You go high and jump. Keep going. Find your own rhythm. Soft knees when you land. Last 10 seconds. Keep going. Let's get one more. And time. Well done. Bringing it down onto the floor. Onto your back for reverse crunch. Now with the reverse crunch, decide which version you're going to do before you start. If you're a beginner, it is going to be a small, strong movement. So we start here. You're going to put your hands by your side. Knees are going to come into your chest and heels towards the ceiling. In, lift the bum slightly, up. In, up. As you progress, you can go high and low as long as the back stays flat on the floor. Decide which one you're doing now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your own body will tell you what you can do. If when you put your legs low, your back begins to arch, that is your body telling you it's too low. So bring it back high. Knees come in, heels go out. Not your toes. You often see people doing it where the toes go up first. No, heels. And you're getting a much stronger crunch through there. Keep the hands beside your hips, not below your bum. You're getting no benefit from having the hands below the bum at all. Push the hips up. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your toes. Bum, 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 bum. And we're going to do a jumping jack. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So with your jack, same as the warm-up. Nice and light on the toes. Soft knees. Hands are coming up above your head. Touch them at the top. Now, if you have issues with pelvic floor or lateral movements of such, go here. Step it to the side. Keep the arms high at shoulder height. Don't let them fall. None of this. Or up high. If you really can't do lateral movements, step back and forward. And again, these are not easier versions. They are more suitable versions for you. Keep doing whichever one you're doing. Push it out now for the last 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it back down onto the floor. We're going to go onto our front and we're going to do our plank. So, plank, we're starting it on our forearm. Arms are directly below the shoulders, okay? You're going to either do it from your knees or from your toes. Whichever you're doing it, you tuck the pelvis. So if you're on your knees, here, straighten, go forward, tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the core and hold. 3, 2, 1, here. So you can do it from here. This is a beginner plank. If it's too easy or if you find that it's not challenging you or you want to push yourself, go to the toes. But again, if your bum is up here, bring it straight. There should be a straight line from your heel to your shoulder. Tuck the pelvis under. And what I mean by that is you bring your pelvis from up towards your nose, up towards your chest. And you'll feel a squeeze on your core. Imagine someone's going to punch you in the tummy. Are you ready for the punch? That is how you know your core is engaged. You're nearly there. Stay up, stay up, stay up. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bringing it back up onto your toes. We're going into a lateral skip. So, side to side. Depending on how much space you have, if it's quite limited, you can just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? If you have more room, get as many as you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the knee up at the end. Or just stop. So find your own rhythm, depending on your space, and let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you can step it and stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. If you want to progress it, cross the knee over to the elbow. But keep that your chest stays tall. Your shoulders and your back stay up. Your knee comes up to your elbow. Your elbow does not come down, watch, none of this. Your elbow's not coming to your knee. You're bringing the knee up and keeping the core tight, squeeze and crunch. So you're adding in a nice little crunch at the end of this cardio move. But let's go 2 more. Last one. And hold, well done. Bring it down onto the floor for your dead bug. So dead bug. I'm going to change this to bird dog because we did a dead bug yesterday. So we're going to go onto our front here. Hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. Nice square back. And you're going to put the heel towards the wall behind you, and if you can, the hand towards the wall in front of you, and bring it back. Change the weight over and switch it out. I'll show an easier version now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. If you're a beginner, work on the legs only to start. So you're pushing the leg back, squeeze the glute at the top, nice straight line, heel towards the ceiling or towards the wall, bring it back in. Rotate the weight over to the other side. When you've got that and you're confident, bring in the other arm. Bring it up to start. And then eventually, you'll squeeze it out and you'll make a nice straight line from your hand the whole way back to your heel. Okay? So whichever one you're doing, keep it controlled and consistent. There's no speed racing here. You're nearly there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bringing it back up onto the floor. Right there. And we're going to skip. Just skip. If you have a skipping rope, use it. If you don't, pretend. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're skipping nice and light in the feet. So it depends how you would not normally skip yourself. Some people go side to side. That's fine. Others do a jump skip. So whichever one you're doing, remember to breathe. Arms and legs are going at the same time. And the last 10 seconds then, we'll speed it up. So we're skipping. Ready to go? Speed it up. 3, 2, let's go. Speed it up. So again, the arms are moving, shoulders are moving. Everything's strong and tight. And bring it down onto the floor, onto your back, and we'll finish off with a crunch. With the crunch, make sure that your head and shoulders stay up off the floor at all times. Put you here so I can see you. And depending on, it doesn't really matter which version you're doing of this, Head and shoulders stays up at all times. So I'll start with a beginner and I'll progress in, and you can do which one suits you. So we're starting always with our crunch, always here. Head and shoulders are up. Beginners, put the hand right here. Nothing moves now except the tummy. 3, 2, 1. Let's go up and down. Up and down. So you're coming up and down. Everything's engaged. This is the only part of your body that's moving. Up and down. If you want to progress it away from the legs, put the hands back up to your temples. It's the exact same movement. Just your core has to kind of engage a little bit more here because your hands aren't guiding you. Your hands should be just beside your temples. They're not pulling at your neck. If that's too easy, crunch it from here. So do you see how the only thing that really changes is the position of the legs? Everything else stays up high, controlled, crunch, 3, 2, time. If you go back flat on the floor during a crunch, so watch this for example, if you go up and down, every single time your body has to re-engage into that crunch, and you're not actually working anything, you're just going to hurt your back. So that's how we get into this position, and we go up and down from here. Grab a drink. Well, okay. Good stuff. So, as usual, I say it every single time, I'm sure Emmett says it as well. If you have any questions, ask. Just drop us a wee message in the group and we will happily answer any questions you have. And again, when I'm saying choose which one you're going to do, you know, we're showing you these variations. We're trying to show 2 or 3, in some cases up to 5 different variations of exercises to allow that you can all do it safely in your own homes. So don't follow what we're doing, that you're jumping in and out of all those, because you're going to hurt yourself. You have to decide which one you're able to do. So I know, for example, when I'm doing a dead bug, I can go the whole way to the floor. I know when I'm doing a crunch that I need to stay with my hands on my knees. So whichever one suits you, that's the one you do for the full 30 or 40 seconds or whatever the set is. And when you've got yourself in your position and you know your technique is correct, keep going with it, and don't be copying what we're doing, because as you know, I could do 4 or 5 different versions of the sit-up in one demonstration. And that's because that's my job and I'm qualified to do it, and we're able to do it. But it's not easy either. But it's much more effective for you to choose one and to stick to that the whole way through. Okay? So when you're ready, I'm roasting here today. When you're ready, we'll go back and we'll do that one more time. As I said, if you want to take a further round, just do the same thing over again before you cool down at the end of the session. So we're going to go back to our total body extension. I might get a third one on, let's see. Back to total body extension, down into our reverse crunch. When you're ready, think about your position, soft knees, square hips, hands up. Let's go. Total body extension, up. And hands pushing it. So you're pushing the hands towards the floor as you push your feet up off the floor. Find your own rhythm. Land soft on the knees. Hands go high. Again, if it's difficult, stretch it. Careful of the knees here. If you're doing this version, don't lock your knees. Last 10. 3, 2, let's do one more, and time. Bring it down onto the ground for reverse crunch. Again, this is one of the exercises I was talking about. Decide which one you're doing. Where are my knees coming to? Where are my legs going to? And once you find it, stick with it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hands by the hips, knees in, legs out. Knees in, legs out. So if I want to do this one now the whole way through, I'm repping properly, and it's really effective. And as I said already, your heels go towards the wall or the ceiling, and your back will tell you whether or not your legs are too low. If you want to advance it, and you are in the advanced version of this, keep the back nice and strong. Heels forward, heels up, heels forward. Nearly there. Last 3 seconds. 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your toes. Bum, 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 bum. And we're into our jack. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Jumping jack. Find your rhythm, soft knees. Yes, I'm like a broken record, I know. But it's all about safety, guys. You have to do these things safely. Again, easier version. Don't stop the jack if you can do the jack. I'm only showing this as a variation. You're cheating, I see you. Last 10 seconds, come on, keep going. Nice deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Down onto your plank. Again, which one are you doing? Are you doing it off your knees? Do it off your knees. Are you doing it off your feet? Get yourself properly positioned. Core nice and tight. Pelvis tucked under. And let's get ready to go. Arms down. 3, 2, let's go. From here. Now, if you're in a full plank here, and towards the middle of the set you find yourself really struggling to stay up, rather than coming out and going back in, dip one knee, dip the other knee, and then re-engage. So what you've done there is you've just taken a little bit of the pressure off the body, but not enough to go out and in. To go out of the exercise and back into the exercise takes a lot more toll than you would imagine. You should be shaking. If you're shaking, it's okay. I'm shaking. Pelvis is tucked. Hold it for another 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 10. Well done. Bring it back up onto the ground, onto your toes, and let's go into our lateral skip. When you are ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Whichever number of reps you can do, depending on your own space. But again, the lateral movement sometimes is difficult, so step it rather than bounce it. 1, 2, 3, knee. 1, 2. You don't have to jump it if you can. It's more cardio based. But again, your body will tell you what you can and cannot do. Listen to it. Boom. Make wee noises if you like. I like to sing in my head when I do this. Last one. Well done. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going back into our bird dog. So again, think in your own head, which one am I doing? Am I only doing legs? Am I able to do both? Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're working core nice and tight. Heel goes out, heel comes down, switch the weight. Try not to wobble too much. Work now on the balance. And again, slow and controlled wins the race here. There's no flailing or rushing here. Nice and controlled. You're halfway already. Again, if you're only doing the legs like this, that's absolutely fine. You are still working the core. You're squeezing the glute at the top. And you're working your shoulders because they're holding you up. When you've got the balance and the core strength, you go into the funky movement. 3, 2, 1. I love that exercise. Always feels good afterwards. Now, bring it back up onto the floor and let's skip. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, everybody skips a different way. I like to bounce. Call me Tigger. Dun, 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 dun. Go from side to side. Just make sure the arms are moving. If you find that your coordination is not able for this, just do it on the spot like this. Slight jog on the spot. There's no right or wrong way, guys. Just because, I don't know, Jacinta on Instagram says you should be doing something, doesn't mean you should. As I said, your body will tell you, let's go fast. Your body will tell you what you can do. Nice tense arms. 3, 2, and time. And bring it down onto the floor. And we shall finish off with a nice crunch. When you're ready, again, Which one am I doing? Decide. And then start into that one. 3, 2, 1. So medium ability, you're here. Head and shoulders are up. Arms are just beside your temples for guidance. Nothing is moving except your core. Head and shoulders stays up. If you want to advance it further, go to the toes. Or you're here, up and down. And this is just as effective as any other version of a sit-up you'll ever see. Last 10 seconds. Stay going with whichever one you're doing now. Core nice and tight. Shoulders are strong. Golf ball between your chin and your chest. 3, 2, time. Well done. Now, as I said, if you're watching this back, rewind now if you want to go back a bit. Do it a third time if you wish, but that is more than enough for Tuesday cardio and core. Sweaty Betty here. Okay, so again, any questions, drop them in. Nice deep breaths now. Walk around your kitchen or your living room or wherever you're at, and let's cool down. So walking it out. Again, shoulders up and low. Get the tension out. And lower the shoulders back to where they're supposed to be. Okay, so push the arms out. Push the arms up. Push the arms out. Palms towards the ceiling here. Core tight. Always keep the core tight. Don't loosen everything up just because we're cooling down. It's just as important to stay strong in the core with stretches. Soft knees. I want you to reach up and over. Nice and controlled. Center, up and over. Bring it back to here. Push the arms out in front again. So we did quite a bit of shoulder work there. Now we're going to go to the floor. Bend forward to the floor. Allow the arms to touch the floor if they can. Relax, and then you're going to stack the spine back up, bringing the shoulders back. Nice and controlled. Imagine each of the vertebrae stacking back up on top of itself. Stretch down again. Let's do 2 more of these. Bring it up. And back. One more time. To the floor fall. Stretch the back of the leg, stretch it here as well. Bring it to here. Step back, down into our lower stretch. Tip the pelvis, hold. You'll feel that in the quads if you've tipped the pelvis properly. Hold it nice and strong. Bring it back up. Step back, and then sit back onto the bum and bring the heel up at the front. Turn it the other way. We're going to repeat that same sequence. Sit back, low, tuck, straight, and hold. Bring it back up here. Sit back, and you're going to bring the heel up. So you should feel that really, really strong and stretchy side before forward. Okay, now if you can do this on your toes, if you need a chair to hold on to, that's fine. We're going to bring the heels up to the bum, keep the knees together. Hands here often help. Bring the hands in front of the eyes, it helps with balance. Hold on to a chair if you need to, it's not a problem. And I want you to tip the leg out, put it back behind, and just reach up one more time. Because we did loads of oblique work today and yesterday. Bring it back to center. Other leg, again, use this hand for balance, or hold on to a chair, whichever you need. If you're doing it like this, you can do this on the floor as well, but if you're doing it here, tuck the pelvis forward. Heels into the glute. Tap it out, put the foot behind, and just stretch up. We're just going to finish off quickly with a tricep stretch, reach up high, bring the arm back as if you're touching the back of your neck. Hold it here. Switch sides. down. Arms out in front, one across, hold, and switch sides. Bring the arms behind your back as I always end up shoulder roll and back. Hope you enjoyed that. Nice and sweaty and stretchy.